Hey everybody, how are you all doing? It has been way too long. I am so sorry. I just finished first semester of university and it has been so busy and hectic. I have had barely any time to record videos, and when I do record them, every single time I edit them, the editing process takes way too long, and by the time it's ready to upload, it's already out of date. But now I am on winter break and I'm going to hopefully upload as many videos as I can over the winter break to bring to you guys. And I'm also in the process right now of working really hard to try to fix my schedule for second semester so I can have more free days to upload videos for you guys. But for this video today, I want to talk about the team that has surprised every single person in the National Hockey League this year, the newest team in the NHL, the Vegas Golden Knights. 33 games into the NHL season, they are 22-9-2. The final game before the winter break is tomorrow night against the Washington Capitals. If they win that, they will go into the winter break 23 wins under their belt. Unbelievable. I knew after the expansion draft that this team had enough talent to not be a bottom 3 or even a bottom 5 team in the NHL, but I didn't think they were going to be a playoff team, nor did I think that they would be near the top of their division for the entire season up to Christmas break and look like a Stanley Cup contender, but they are. The NHL has always had pretty bad expansion teams until this one. It's insane how good the Vegas Golden Knights actually have been. For most expansion teams into the NHL, the problem you think they're going to have is goal scoring. However, the Vegas Golden Knights have proven that's not an issue. They have 6 players with 20 or more points this season and 4 players who have 10 or more goals. That is ridiculous. Not a lot of NHL teams can boast those stats. Now, they definitely don't have a top 2 defenseman, but what they do have is a whole bunch of top 4-ish like defensemen who have really played well this season. And the most insane thing, in my opinion, is the goaltending. They have good goaltending. Marc-Andre Fleury, still an elite goaltender in this league, in my opinion, and they picked up Malcolm Subban to be the backup, and he's played well. However, they have had the worst injury luck for goaltending I've seen in a long time. The season starts and Marc-Andre Fleury's playing well, then he goes down with a concussion. So Malcolm Subban comes in. Okay, he has to be a starting goaltender for the first time in his life. He's playing good, and then he goes down with an injury. Okay, third string goaltender Oscar Dansk. He's got potential. He comes up, plays well, and gets injured. They were going off their 4th string goaltender for a while, and they were still winning games. They've also had the luxury of having forwards on other teams like Cody Eakin and Eric Holla, who weren't given a good enough role on their other teams. They come over to Vegas in the expansion draft, and they prove to the league that they are actually top 9 or even top 6 like forwards. Look at Nate Schmidt. He was never really used properly by the Washington Capitals. He comes over to Vegas and plays extremely well. He has 15 points this season, and trust me, the Washington Capitals could use somebody on the back end like Nate Schmidt right now. Look at Brandon Leipzig. He was never really given a chance to be an everyday NHL player by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now that he's in Vegas, he's played 25 out of the team's 33 games this season, becoming much more of a prominent everyday player in the NHL, and he has double-digit assists. But I think definitely the biggest surprise so far has been Eric Holla. 13 goals and 11 assists so far this season. He was never given the minutes or the opportunities to be that successful in Minnesota, but now in Vegas, he's proving to be a possible future top 6 forward for this team, if he isn't already an everyday top 6 forward. And the Golden Knights could be even better than they already are right now. They didn't even take Sami Vatanen or Matt Dumba or Brock Nelson. Instead, they took on picks and prospects and bad salaries from other teams so that the other teams could keep their best players, because the Vegas Golden Knights were planning on probably being pretty bad this year. And that's where it gets interesting, because going into the season, George McPhee and the rest of his management team did not expect, heck, nobody expected the Vegas Golden Knights to be this good. And basing off of what happened at the expansion draft, the team was looking to have a decent first half of the season, trade away guys like James Neal and Jonathan Marchessault, who could be real value as a rental player to other teams, and acquire as many picks and prospects as they could to be a contender in 4 or 5 years. But now it looks like they are a contender, so what do? Do they trade away some of their best players like Neal and like Marchessault and go, well, that was fun, but they're sticking to the plan of being a contender in 4 or 5 years, or realizing, hey, you know what, we could try to go as far as we can this year, and dare I say, do they add a player at the trade deadline and see what they can do? I mean, for me, it's really tough to say what they should do. They could trade away Marchessault and trade away Neal and stick to the process and try to acquire as many high draft picks and top prospects as they can. But that is a really tough thing to do to all of your fans, where you are taking down teams like the Tampa Bay Lightning and you're always in the top 5 in the NHL standings. And to just give up on their season like that and give away their best players, that is not an easy thing to do. And I've actually heard a couple people go, oh, they have Cody Glass, they have Nick Suzuki, they have good young players. Let them go as far as they can. They're set up fine. Your franchise can't have one NHL entry draft, not have any of those players play in the NHL regular season and go, they're set up fine. George McPhee is a smart GM. He knows that to be successful in this league, you need to have good draft after good draft after good draft and finding good young players. If giving up this amazing season that they're having right now to try to be successful for 7 or 8 years in a row in a couple seasons from now, is it worth doing? It's a good problem to have, but it's a problem that they need to come to a decision to within the next month so that they know when going into the trade deadline what they are doing. If I was George McPhee, I would probably let them run out the season and see how far they can go. You can try to re-sign the guys like Jonathan Marchessault, and yes, you risk losing them for nothing in the free agent market, but if this team makes a deep playoff run and sees all the fans behind them and falls more in love with the city than I'm sure they already are, why wouldn't Jonathan Marchessault want to re-sign with a team that's winning? They're a good team. We have to admit that. Even in the past couple weeks, I keep looking at the schedule and I'm going, they're going to falter eventually. Eventually, they're going to come back down to reality. But maybe this is their reality. Maybe they're just a really good hockey team. And imagine how insane it would actually be if this day and age, an expansion team came into the NHL and in their first season actually won the Stanley Cup. Anyways, guys, I want to know what you think, so comment down below. Should the Vegas Golden Knights keep their star players and see what they can do, or trade them away for future picks and prospects to become a real contender in 4 or 5 years? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. Please email me at theshanaclan19@gmail.com. And please like my page on Facebook. It's all about hockey. It's called The Hockey Gods. And the link to that will be found down below. And I'll see you guys back here next time. Man, it's good to be back.